Good morning. Today I'm going to try and explain the origins of the reptilian species, and I think I have a valid explanation. It starts in the Garden of Eden. First of all, Adam had a wife called Lilith. She was a naughty fucker. She pissed off, made loads of baby demons. God gave two angels bring her back to Adam. She wouldn't let Adam get on top of her in the missionary position. So eventually she fucked off, and God said, I'll make him a new wife, Eve. While God was asleep after creating man, she sneaked back into the garden because God had to have a sleep, and she tempted Eve. And whatever it was that Eve done, when God came back after being asleep, he said, "What did you do?" He said, "You will crawl on your belly and you are cursed." So there's the first reptilian. Cain was the second reptilian, because when Cain killed his brother, he was also cursed. So, what sort of things do we see associated with a curse? Well, if you go down to India, where there's a lot of people that are born with disformities because of the generational sin of the fathers, because they're Hindus, though, for generation and generation, they're being attacked by spirits, they're not of the faith. Sometimes you see children that are born with snake skin. If you go on the internet now and Google, boy with snake skin, woman with snake skin, the locals in the village say it's a curse, because it's been commonly recognised that if you're born with snake skin or anything like that in the past, that you have a curse on you. That's a part of a curse. So when you look at it this way, Lilith, before she was Satan, give us pass us those pages. I have my assistants with me today. Show us a picture of Lilith before she was cursed. There he is. There she is there. There's Lilith there. And it says here, Lilith kills babies. It says, Moab is destroyed. Her little ones have caused a cry to be heard. Yeah? For in the going up of Lilith, continual weeping shall go up. For in the going down of Hemron, the enemies have heard a cry of destruction. So that's KJV. That's Jeremiah KJV. Jeremiah 48. Lilith going up. So in the Bible, in the Sanhedrin, not the Bible, the Sanhedrin is the Hebrew text. Lilith flew away. So there's the man on the moon. There's our lover. There's Lilith, yeah, before she was cursed. So Cain also got cursed for killing his brother. He said God cursed him. And look, there's the Tower of Babel, the Giza Pyramid, the giants that were created to make the Tower of Babel so they could invade. And if you look, the giants have a similar look to Lilith. They have wings, look. Now before Lilith was cursed, or after Lilith was cursed and Cain, this is what they look like. Now they're cursed, look. And not only are they cursed, they're told to eat the dust of the earth. So there's they call them Quetzalcoatl, because the names were changed after the God confounded everyone at the Tower of Babel. He made them babble a different language. So Babel, here, look. See all the people getting eaten in there, look. So now you have a new species. You have Cain who was cursed and Lilith who was cursed. And that's what they look like after the curse. So here's Satan. You have Satan. Lilith is androgynous as well. So we have a new species of cursed creatures. Because you can tell that, you can put this together in the Epic of Gilgamesh. If you listen to the Epic of Gilgamesh, don't listen to what people are saying, because there's loads of shit on the internet. People are saying this is what the Epic of Gilgamesh says. And it's bollocks, it's not. So there's people out there deceiving you and distracting you. Listen to the audio of the Epic of Gilgamesh, or read the Epic for yourself. Don't listen to other people, because there's loads of stuff out there. I listened to the Epic of Gilgamesh, and then I read some stuff on the internet, and it was telling a different version of what I actually listened to. So people are telling you lies purposefully on the internet about these epics and about these stories. Do your own due diligence and do your own investigations. Don't rely on anybody. Don't rely on me. Don't rely on no one else. You look for yourself, and the truth will set you free. So that's probably what Lilith looked like before she was cursed. So here's where she was. While God was asleep, she probably went off and started making people worship her as a goddess. And started telling them she was a goddess and all, because Gilgamesh told everybody he was 2 parts God. So basically what happened to a god? So you can hear the story in the Epic of Gilgamesh. When Gilgamesh goes to see a woman, Now, if Gilgamesh was the third man that was ever made, he says he was the third man. This woman had to be around before him, because he had to go and see this woman and she had to give him information. And she says, you're only going to live for 500 years. You're not going to live forever. And he was furious. So she gives him a load of advice. So basically this is probably the plan for the Tower of Babel and all, getting taught up between Gilgamesh and all the children. Look, you see, there's the man on the moon. There's the moon after getting built and towed into place by these two creatures. In the Zulu culture, they're called Wawane and Mankapu. These are the ones with the wings. So basically, she made a plan. So when you listen to the Epic of Gilgamesh, he's flying around the place and he can travel at 100 leagues a day. It doesn't make sense until you read the rest of the Bible. It says, "Oh, vine of Shipma." You have to listen to vine of Shipma. There's the word ship in there. You have travelled even as far as the sea of Jaza. Jaza is Japan. Japan, yeah. So if you listen to the Japanese religion of the monks in Japan, they say the serpent gods came across the sea on a vine. On a serpent vine or a serpent ship. So there's the serpent vine, and if you look at the Epic of Gilgamesh, you can actually see Gilgamesh travelling on a serpent. So what's going on is that there's Gilgamesh, who's living for 500 years, but he's after discovering a way, him and his missus, Lilith, are after discovering a way to milk your juice, so they live for longer. They're still alive now. But they're above your head in what they call UFOs today. They were called Vimars in the old Hindu texts, which is the stories of the wars between the fallen angels. They were lashing one another over. Like it says, God says you will watch your children kill one another. The 200 watchers that were incarcerated, part of the judgment against them was to watch their children make war on one another and destroy one another. So the whole stories of all of these Indian gods and all, having wars and all, that's just them, that's just God making them kill one another. Because he said they're going to, he told Michael to make them turn on one another and make them kill one another. So the whole earth was at war because of these evil little fuckers, the children of Cain and Lilith. So basically now, you have like a species, what they're calling reptilians now. The reptilians are simply two fuckers that disobeyed the Most High God, Jehovah, may his name be praised forevermore. His name is the name above all names, and he is the God above all gods, the Lord of the spirits, the Most High God, the God of the generations. He so while his back was turned, they done a lot of stuff. So the serpent is Lilith, because you can see in the it says that Lilith, this serpent is the cleverest of all creatures. So obviously that serpent was around. So Cain is Gilgamesh, the third man. He's called Moab and stuff. He went to see the serpent. She told him that he had to. So he went into it. He made a pact with Satan, and he killed his brother. Built temples, built these things, started off all these religions. So basically, then you can go fast forward in time to the Maya. Now on a certain page, in the Book of Enoch, in chapter 9, in chapter 99, I think it's verse 18 or something. It says, on a certain day, all the people who worship, along these lines, all the people who worship stones, idols, Catholics, it doesn't say that you can have. See, everyone thinks their temple in their religion is the one that's okay, and everyone else's isn't. The Catholic Church will tell you a Catholic cathedral is okay. The Mormon Church will tell you the Mormon temple is okay. The Sikh temple will tell you their temple is okay. The Hindu temple will tell you their temple is okay. The Muslims will tell you that their temple is okay, or their church, or their synagogue, or their whatever it's called. But it's not. God specifically says, you shall not lift a tool upon a stone and call it an altar to the Most High. That's everybody. You're not exempt from it. Your religion is full of shit as well. Everyone's religion is full of shit. Religions were created by Lilith and Cain, the reptilians, in contrary to God's plan. Religions were created with their law. Their law is not law. Their law is Babylon. They created the first laws. All the laws you have today in the Irish Republic, they're exactly the same as the laws in Babylon. So when you have like these people that are doing their duty, they're really brave, they get on bollocks. Look.